Welcome, thinkers, dreamers, storytellers, and curious minds. I'm Orus, narrative analyst, cultural observer, and lifelong student of mythology.
And I'm Enceladus, futurist, media researcher, and professional destroyer of weak arguments. That's not exactly a qualification. It should be.
Together, we're your hosts on the Night Lens podcast, where movies and television become gateways into culture, psychology, innovation, philosophy, and the future of humanity.
Tonight we're exploring Grimm, a world where fairy tales are not fantasy, but hidden reality.
Segment 1. What makes Grimm different? Unlike typical monster stories, Grimm asks a fascinating question. What if myths weren't invented? What if every culture's legends were fragments of forgotten truth?
Exactly. Most supernatural shows focus on defeating monsters. Grimm focuses on understanding them. The creatures aren't simply evil. Many are citizens, parents, teachers, and workers. That creates moral complexity.
And complexity is educational. Reality itself is rarely black and white. Segment 2. Comparison with other supernatural shows. Grimm versus Supernatural. Supernatural presents a war against darkness. Demons, angels, apocalypses, constant escalation. Meanwhile, Grimm explores coexistence. Its central question isn't, how do we destroy monsters? It's, how do we live with difference? Grimm versus The Witcher. The Witcher examines prejudice through fantasy, but Grimm hides that fantasy inside modern society, which makes the message feel closer to home. Grimm versus Stranger Things. Stranger Things explores fear of the unknown. Grimm explores understanding the unknown. That's a huge distinction. Segment 3. Disagreement. I think Grimm occasionally romanticizes dangerous creatures. Some Wesen commit terrible acts, yet the show encourages sympathy. And that's precisely why it works. Understanding isn't endorsement. Understanding creates wisdom. But audiences sometimes confuse empathy with approval. True. However, refusing to understand others has historically created more problems than understanding them. I reluctantly agree. Don't get used to it. Mark the calendar, everyone. Enceladus agreed with me. Segment 4. Humanity and Nature. One overlooked aspect of Grimm is its connection to nature. Many Wesen embody animal characteristics: foxes, wolves, birds, predators, prey, which reflects humanity's ancient relationship with the natural world. Modern society often separates humans from nature. Grimm reminds us that our instincts remain, our fears remain, our tribal tendencies remain. Segment 5. Future Insights. Here's my prediction. Future storytelling will increasingly resemble Grimm, not because of monsters, but because of layered identities. Explain. In the future, people will possess multiple digital identities: virtual personas, AI companions, digital avatars, public selves, private selves. Grimm was already exploring that concept years ago. Everyone appears ordinary. Everyone hides another side. That's brilliant. The Wesen transformation becomes a metaphor for modern identity. Segment 6. Educational Lessons. Lesson 1. Appearances are incomplete information. Lesson 2. Fear decreases when understanding increases. Lesson 3. Cultures preserve knowledge through stories. Lesson 4. Power requires responsibility. Lesson 5. The unknown should be investigated before it is judged. Segment 7. The Big Question. Would society improve if humans viewed one another the way Grimm encourages us to? Maybe. The show repeatedly demonstrates that individuals should be judged by choices, not categories. And that's one of its strongest messages. Comedy break. Imagine discovering your neighbor is a Wesen. I'd move, even if he mows your lawn. Depends. What species? A wolf. I'm definitely moving. What if he's friendly? Friendly wolves are still wolves. Fair point. Final verdict. Grimm succeeds because it transforms mythology into social commentary. It teaches observation, empathy, curiosity, and critical thinking. I agree. While not perfect, Grimm remains one of the most intellectually interesting supernatural series ever created. Its greatest strength is that the monsters are rarely the real problem. Human decisions are. Outro. Remember, every legend began as a story, and every story reveals something about the people who tell it. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep looking beyond appearances.